Hello everyone! Welcome back once again to Informer's War for Cybertron. And we are now about to head out on the compulsory flying mission for the Autobots, which has a bit of inverse... what should we call it? Inverse proportion? Scale? Something? At least for the Autobots it's the second last mission, instead of for the Decepticons it's just the second mission. So there's some sort of correlation there. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to get into it. So yeah. This time we have 3 flyers to pick from. It's Air Raid, who we saw in the prison mission. There's Jetfire, who we've seen in several missions, and finally there's Silverbolt, whom we haven't seen yet. But I think I'm going to pick him. I'm not sure why he's this. Oh, they're both scouts. I see. That's potentially interesting. Anyways, Silverbolt, go.
The core is too damaged by Dark Energon to sustain life on Cybertron. In order to repair itself, the core must shut down for millions of years. Carrying the power of the matrix of leadership inside him, Optimus Prime must sadly order the evacuation of the entire planet if the race of Transformers is to survive.
To all Autobots within range of this signal, our planet is dying. We have no choice but to take to the stars. I am ordering the evacuation of all Autobot cities, effective immediately.
What was that?
I told you, to stay and defy me was to die, and no one defies Megatron.
He's insane.
Silverbolt, ready your soldiers. We need that gun offline now.
I do think Ratchet said it best there. Megatron is insane. I think this is actually the first time I've played this game as Silverbolt, which is a little curious. I guess I have a preference for Jetfire. But yeah, Silverbolt is the leader of the...
Look at this! The bodies everywhere!
Hold steady. Focus on the ones we can still save.
Silverbolt, do we even have a plan?
The Energon Bridge draws power directly from Cybertron to fuel the gun. We'll follow the beam up to the station and shut it off.
That'll give the transports enough time to escape.
Keep moving. Head through the beam conduit.
Yeah, Silverbolt is the leader of the aerial bots, and...
Watch it! Get too close to that beam, and you're either fried by radiation or zapped by a plasma flare. No kidding. I can already feel it searing my circuits.
Why so many mines? Yeah, the aerial bots are a bigger institution here than they were originally.
Wow. Is that the relay station? Yes.
Do I have to go
It
between
splits the
here?
beam to redistribute power. I never thought I'd have to see it again.
Kick in those afterburners, Autobots. Every second counts.
I've been afterburning the whole way.
Here comes the welcoming committee.
Yeah, originally the aerial bots were just a set of 5 Autobots. The first flyers made for the Autobots, and also the first combiner team. After the after Bumblebee captured the information in after Bumblebee captured the information of how
What is that thing? Blast the weapon systems! Be careful of the automated defenses!
yeah, blast. After Bumblebee captured the information of how Devastator combined.
Watch out for those rockets!
And yeah, Silverbolt was elected to be their leader for, well, many reasons. Several of which I wouldn't blame you for seeing as curious. See, one of Silverbolt's defining character traits in the original series, both cartoon and comics, was that, well, he's afraid of heights. He's very afraid of heights. But he is also determined to not give in to his fear, and Optimus figured that, well, giving him the leadership position might be enough of a distraction to to be able to ignore his fear of heights, because he'd have other things to worry about. Are the other two making any headway at all? I'm not seeing any damage on this thing. I believe in the cartoon version, Silverbolt's original form was cargo transport, and I'm guessing that's what this is supposed to be, since they seem to take more after the cartoon than the comics, I mean. But yeah, his Earth form is that of a Concorde flyer, and I'm sure some of the younger ones of you watching this have no idea what a Concorde is, but it's basically the... well, it was a supersonic flyer, very popular in the 90s, and... oh, this looks bad. This looks bad.
It's not over yet. Watch out for that central laser.
They were basically scrapped when no.
Wait for it to charge up, then blast it!
I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be hitting at.
Again. Shoot it!
Ow. Oh. Up. Where was I even? Oh yeah, Concorde jet. Supersonic jet that had a lot of, oh, that was very popular in the 80s, 90s, maybe even as far back as the 70s? I'm not entirely sure. But it was taken out of commission after it had its first accident, because they'd been running well with no crashes for decades, and then one crash and it was deemed too unsafe to continue, I think, something like that. It was the 90s, I'm fuzzy on the details, and I didn't think to actually look up the news story before I started this. So you'll just have to either take my word for it or do some investigation on your own. No. Ow. I think we won? Maybe? Yep.
That's our ticket inside the station. Shoot your way in.
Disable the safety locks!
I really like the wings on him. Very cool look. Very cool. Looks a lot more pronounced than the original Silverbolt design, but I like it.
Destroy the control node!
What? This thing?
Step back!
Ah, yes. That's how we
The
do
crash
it.
exposed some exhaust tubes up ahead. Looks like we found our entrance.
And...
It's gonna be pretty choppy in those vents!
This must be the coolant room.
The beam that powers the gun runs so hot, this entire area is dedicated to cooling it. If we can disrupt the cooling process, the gun won't be able to fire.
How do we do that? Well, I say we start blasting stuff.
Now you're talking, Silverbolt!
Easy plan, huh? But yeah, as with the Decepticon level, there's really no point to not be in jet form all the time. Because you have infinite ammo and the missiles are very effective. You can even use the machine gun if you want, even though I never do.
There, activate that terminal. We need to pinpoint the location of the coolant pump so we can shut it down.
You can't lock on to... Oops.
Rockets! You'll have to do better than that. Enemy vehicle on its way in. My weapons need to take down Decepticon pump. Ready to fly.
Okay, I think we can do this now. And yes, Silverbolt forms the main body of Superion,
Decepticons inbound!
which is, despite being one of the earliest, also one of the strongest combiners that Autobots have.
Now do that to the rest
Often
of
because the later ones have been formed for specific tasks, while Superion's instructions is basically destroy Decepticons. That's what he was made for. And actually on his first outing he wasn't quite ready.
Autobots! Attack!
See, the Decepticons were attacking the Hoover Dam with a giant drill, trying to just destroy the whole thing. Because I think they were trying... It was some sort of harebrained scheme to get energy, as always, but
I wasn't thrilled
instead
when
of...
Optimus named you leader of the squad instead of me.
Really, Air Raid? You picked now to talk about this?
No, hear me out. What I mean to say is, you don't entirely suck at the job. You know, for a guy who's afraid of heights and all.
Very funny, Air Raid.
It's a compliment.
I like how they just bring that up in such an awkward way. Oh. It's easy to tell that these guys loved the franchise. We have to bring this bubble up too? No? Yes? I don't know. Is there any overshields or anything around here? Maybe not. How's the difference between hover form and... Ah! Nice, nice. Very nice. I love the details they put in this. Sorry, I'm just such a super nerd for this.